we've built incredible depth, not just because we've tried people and they haven't been good enough. He has genuinely tried to build 30-man squad.
I'd love to see Richie Mwanga next year, for example, playing for New South Wales or something. Or maybe Mackenzie playing for one of those teams and seeing how he goes with a forward pack that's not the Chiefs forward pack and what he could learn from there and bring that back to play for the All Blacks.
People have still got their jersey on, and I'm not just talking about players like Adam Reynolds. 3 days later, people are still wearing them. I had a pair of Broncos shorts on this morning.
DSPN, the Devlin Sports Podcast Network.
It's Friday, it's time. Here he is. Look at that smile, ladies and gentlemen. He's from Title Town, Trophy Town. I've got to hand it to you, mate. Queensland won the Origin. AFL, you got the pennant. Okay, the NRL, the Broncos win. Even the women won their National Rugby League competition. I mean, what can't you do in that part of the world? You own Australia.
We've got the Olympics coming up. We're only the third biggest city in Australia. We just keep outperforming else. Mate, everyone in this town. It's amazing what this does, and this must be the vibe when your All Blacks always do so well.
Yep.
The vibe and the boost it gives to everybody is incredible. Everyone's wandering around here, they don't care. I've got to go to work, but I'm a champion. It showers down upon everyone, and everyone feels like they're better for those victories.
It's crazy,
like Origin's
but it's true.
Fair enough. But then, oh, good Lord, imagine if we beat the All Blacks and put that on top, but we're not that good. Anyway, we've had a great week up here, mate, don't you worry.
And then, look, I mean, you can sit back and watch Bathurst this weekend, right? And you can just think, all my sporting boxes have been, well, apart from the Wallabies, we'll talk about that in a second, but my sporting boxes have been ticked. It does do that. If you're a fan of these teams, reflected glory is what it is, isn't it? Everyone's walking around Brisbane. God, I mean, how many jerseys have they sold since that? And both codes, AFL and NRL.
Incredible, mate, and the vibe, and they still haven't met up, the two of them, the Lions and the Broncos, so the Bryons, we call them. They've got to meet up at some stage, and that could be cataclysmic. There could be all sorts of things go wrong there. You see the Broncos, I don't suppose you'll keep up with your finance news. The Broncos are privately owned. Rupert Murdoch, Lachlan Murdoch, he owns most of it, but other than that, they're on the share market. They had, if you know anything about shares, etc., they had an increase of something like 12% share price because they know how many nuffies will go out and buy jerseys, will get immediately the season members for next year. It'll almost be packed out. Like the Broncos average this year, 42,000 people per game.
Right, that's pretty good.
Crap games. That's crap games against, the Knights or, people that don't rate. That includes them. So next year, they're going to increase it to 48,000 and the jersey. Oh, mate, the rewards from this are going to be enormous. And Brisbane, as I said, what's the third biggest country in New Zealand? Is that
third biggest city
in New Zealand?
Yeah, third biggest. Yeah, it's Christchurch and Wellington. I think they're pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you imagine them, either of those, winning everything on offer for the whole year? And that's what's happened here in Brisbane. It's just, it's incredible, mate.
It happens, mate. It happens.
And we've always had a chip on our shoulder up here, like anyone who's not from Auckland. We've always had that. And it's increased that chip, and it's told everyone from everywhere else to go and get rooted.
That's what fuels the Cantabs. That's exactly what they've. So they arse out of Super Rugby. They bounce back the next year and they win it again for the 9th time in about 10 years. I just, a little word of advice from an aging man and a father and everything else to the Brisbane Lions.
Here we go.
And also the Broncos. If you guys meet, can you just do it away from everyone else and don't have any of these involved? These things. Just put all that aside. Do whatever you have to do, and I'm sure it's going to be absolutely wild, but just don't show the rest of us. None of us need to know. And the other thing is, Reece Walsh, and I've heaped into this, right? You can paint whatever you want, you can paint, mate. You can paint that. You can do whatever you want these days. You've done it. You've won it. You've earned the right to. And this is the great thing about sport. That guy, as much as we've maligned him in the past for some of the stupid decisions he's made and all the off-field stuff and everything like that, the singularity of his performances in the last maybe 5 or 6 weeks of the regular season through that finals run, it is very rare in these kind of sports that one person makes such a difference. But Greg, you take him out of that team, they don't win. It's that simple, right?
Marty, I don't know if you analyse it, but there was the last 3 games against Raiders, Panthers, and then the grand final. The Broncos were down by double digits at all 3 games, and it was Reece Walsh who dragged us through. Now, I'm a Reece Walsh because I was a left-footed fullback myself who loved to run. I was a fan of what happened on the field, but never a fan because he's young and stupid. And gee, I think we all were. Never a fan of his behaviour off the field. And I did say probably 8 weeks ago, he hasn't actually done anything yet. Well, now he's done something. He can do whatever he bloody wants as long as it's within the confines. My problem is he's got 600,000 followers. He's got more followers than NRL and more followers than the Broncos. So the problem becomes, you know how big heads go. So we'll see if he can cope with it. We'll just see. So,
look, remember last year there was it last year we were talking, and the Courier Mail put out like an old Playboy centerfold of him. 2 years ago, was it?
They did it again, Marty. They did it again.
Collectors, right there you go.
On the Monday, I was up to his knees. On the Tuesday, it was up to just below his pant line. I had the tats on there. And on the Wednesday, and apparently every girl over the age of 14 grabbed that one. It was his groin area. Then the Thursday, it was his Reece Walsh is about 5'6". The poster ended up being about 6'7". So I don't know. There'd be little girls around he's so loved by women, mate. It's just incredible.
And you're still a Dolphins fan, though, right?
I have to be because my radio station has a long-term deal and another radio. I'll tell you what. So Lachlan Murdoch, I'll tell you this for free.
Okay.
Lachlan Murdoch owns one of our opposing radio stations called Nova. Okay. Traditionally, they've been number one for ages before we took over from them. He, how do I put this? They will not let us talk. They won't let us have anything to do with Broncos, won't let us have...
Oh, that's so petty.
Yeah, they pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep us at arm's length.
We get that here. It's petty, isn't it?
Mate, I went to the first game of the Broncos. Why can't... In 1988, I went there.
Mate, this is where media companies need to be told, get your hand off it. No one else cares about this stuff. No one, come on, the fans don't care, the players don't care. Get your hand off it. We have that here as well.
I know.
These exclusivity deals and that. Oh, mate, it's punishing is what it is, isn't it?
I've never seen anything like it. Brisbane is humming this week. The Jacaranda's out. I don't want to tell you this, but it's 32 degrees
Here we go.
today. So we've already hit summer. Everyone's just so happy. It's a phenomenon. I don't know that somebody should do a study on it.
Look what you got to look forward to.
Football can make people feel this happy.
Well, and this is the whole point of it. This is why we love sport, because it does. I mean, we can't express our emotions. We're Neanderthals in any other way except through our sporting teams. You've got the Poms coming over for the Ashes. Now, there's nothing better than giving them a slap, isn't it?
Is there, right? And I wasn't part of the colonial era, but all of the terrible things that they did to us, somehow they've never done anything to me personally, but we'll bring that up in songs on that first and second Ashes Day. Phenomenal. Mate, it is like, that's why people in Manchester, for all those years that Manchester United won the EPL and stuff, they were able to put up with living in one of the most shit cities in the world and thought they were on cloud nine.
There you go.
They were in heaven.
Yeah, then the Bahamas, mate.
Sport's an amazing thing.
Okay, the Wallabies. Let's talk about that, though. So at the end of this rugby championship, you started off with a 30-point absolute beatdown in the second half against the South Africans, and that was a result that turned international rugby on its head. Since then, the South Africans did that to us. And so, all of a sudden, okay, you got to put all of this now in perspective and consider in totality your performances in the rugby championship. Where exactly are you at? Because you got a pretty big northern tour coming as well, mate.
Okay, so Joe Schmidt's wrapping things up soon, and what he's done, and I heard you and Murray Megstead talking, was that yesterday when you were talking to Murray, whenever that was, about building depth and copying Rassie Erasmus. Now, we've built maybe Joe Schmidt's done the same thing, mate. We've built incredible depth, not just because we've tried people and they haven't been good enough. He has genuinely tried to build 30-man squad. Our problem, Marty, 1, 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. We're pretty good everywhere around the field these days, apart from one place, and that is 5'8". Until we get that number 10 sorted out, did you see, I don't know if you watched the Wallaby go, I guess you did, Tate Edmed was, mate, it was hopeful. Like, we've got 4 5'8s who we've used in the last 2 years, but until we can sort that out, and I don't know what's the answer, get Damien McKenzie over here. I don't know how we sort it out. That's our one and only weakness at the moment, as far as
maybe part of the answer is, and I just thought, thinking of this, because we've got this, the opposite problem here, where we have sometimes too many players in one position, and you were all screaming out, let them go and play for the other sides in Super Rugby, like what Artie Xavier did. Let them go and play in Australia. Get some of your young blokes. How good would Tane Edmund be with a couple of seasons with the Crusaders, for example, right? And just in that system, what would it do for him? I don't know. I just think that for the variety of the competition and the sustainability of it, give us some more interest in this. I'd love to see Richie Mwanga next year, for example, playing for New South Wales or something. Or maybe Mackenzie playing for one of those teams and seeing how he goes with a forward pack that's not the Chiefs forward pack and what he could learn from there and bring that back to play for the All Blacks.
Would he learn from that? Like, they're already fully developed and mature and world-class players. We don't have 158 who's world-class. We've got James O'Connor, who's 35, and that's the only person we got who we can trust to run the team. I don't know where we're going to go from here. People go, oh, let's get some rugby league players. No. Getting Cameron Munster or getting Nathan Cleary, they have no feel for rugby and for everything else. It would take them 3 years to learn. And that's what this. What about this rugby 360?
I tell you what, best decision.
Is that being discussed over there in New Zealand?
Of course, and the best decision. I can't believe that the leading countries in the world finally grew a spine, got together outside of the idiots that run World Rugby, who were just sitting there fluffing and organising whiteboard meetings, and actually said, look, if you want to go and take the cash, that's fine, but you don't play international rugby anymore. This is the greatest thing, greatest thing that they've done. I don't have a problem with anyone going and playing that. But seriously, do I want to watch Payne Haas play a game of rugby? We saw Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, brilliant rugby league player, couldn't get to grips in almost 3 years of rugby with the breakdown, the tackle laws and everything else. We're going to see a lot of guys that never made it. We're going to see a lot of guys, maybe they'll get one or two superstars, that's fine. But really, this competition, as a rugby fan, I don't want a bar of it. I can't be bothered watching it, mate. To me, it's exhibition stuff.
No tribalism, and that's what we're talking about. Brisbane winning the premierships and the All Blacks winning. And
how do you look? Okay, so the London Lolly Lickers are playing the Texas Tugboaters. I mean, let's just all beat off over that show. Oh, come on, mate.
You put thought into this.
Seriously? Yeah, I don't mind the cash grab, Greg. I don't mind the cash grab at all. If that's what you're into and you want to set your family up, go and do it. But international rugby has to retain the only thing it's got, which is nations playing nations. It can't let itself be turned into an IPL competition. It can't.
Thank you. But there can be run an IPL-like competition if a lot of these people it'll be Australians or All Blacks, former Wallabies or All Blacks playing in Japan, playing in France, and they go, whoa, all of a sudden 1.3 million in France isn't enough. I can get 2 million playing for this mob in Miami.
Yeah. Do it.
Rugby league. So as a rugby person, I understand it won't work. It'll attract viewers that have never seen rugby before ever. And they'll go, oh, what is this? And that's great. Good on them. But it's going to cost a lot of money. Someone's going to lose a lot of money.
Yeah, but the people that can lose a lot of money, they can lose a lot of money. It's like, the live golf thing. They don't care about it, mate. They just got bottomless pockets. And so I don't actually get the point of it. I don't see how it improves the game as a spectacle in any way whatsoever. But again, if people want to sign for it. But I thought that was a great move from international rugby. All right, then. We will talk as we will throughout the year, and we'll build up to this Four Nations. But right now, it's whatever time it is in Brisbane. If I'm just thinking, okay, I'm going down the Caco, I'm just walking down the Caco, I don't even have to know anyone, do I? The first guy that I see, I'm just going to go, Broncos, Lions, son, let's go. Is that how it's going?
Mate, people have still got their jerseys on, and I'm not just talking about players like Adam Reynolds. 3 days later, people are still wearing them. I had a pair of Broncos shorts on this morning, to tell you the truth. Went for a run. And all you do is when you see another Broncos, up the Broncos. It's like a collective language now, isn't it, eh?
You bunch of smug twats, mate. I'll tell you what, your balloon will be pricked next year. New South Wales will win the... Oh, no, we won't win the Origin. No, we won't. No.
What do you mean we? Why don't you just get on the Queensland bandwagon and you'll be a winner?
It's too late for me, mate. I can't do it now, eh? I couldn't look at myself in the mirror straight. 32 degrees and you win everything. Sods.
That's right. Anyway, I've got a premiership to celebrate. See ya.
DSPN.